He who breaks the law goes back to the house of pain. He who breaks the law goes back to the house of pain.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a super middleweight contest at 12 stone 2 pounds over 12 3-minute rounds for the vacant WBO Intercontinental Super Middleweight Championship. The contest was promoted by Barry Hearn from Action Boxing and sponsored by Acclaim Entertainments, and your judges are Adrian Morgan of Wales, John Coyle of Wolverhampton and Richie Davis of London. Your timekeeper is Nick White, and when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, Larry O'Connell of Kent. Ladies and gentlemen, now the boxers. First, in the red corner with the red and those gold stars with a professional record of 18 wins and 1 draw from 24 contests, 9 inside the distance from Cosley. Will you welcome please Andy Flute. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in the blue corner with the green shorts, with a perfect professional record, 17 wins from 17 contests, 16 by way of the big tail, from West Ham in London, Mark Delaney. At the weigh-in today, Flute scaled 11 stone 13 pounds 12 ounces, and Delaney 11 stone 13 pounds and 2 ounces. Ladies and gentlemen, 12 3-minute rounds of boxing.
Well, this could be some contest. Mark Delaney from West Ham in the green, Andy Flute from Cosley in the bright scarlet, Larry O'Connell, the referee, at stake. The vacant WBO Intercontinental Super Middleweight title. It's the first major title that Delaney has ever contested. Flute has gone in for the British title before and acquitted himself pretty well. But tonight is perhaps the night we will see whether the careful schooling that Gary Delaney has undergone is going to pay off. We know he is a murderous puncher, can take you out with either hand. 17 out of 18 wins inside the distance. Just Mark Dawson has taken him the full trip. And incidentally, Mark Dawson has also taken Andy Flute the full trip as well. And Delaney unquestionably the stronger puncher of the two. Flute maybe just a little bit of height and reach advantage, not much more than about an inch. Oh, Delaney piling it in, caught Flute with some good solid shots to head there. And Flute cut left eye, round one. That's not the sort of start that you want in a title challenge, picking up a cut in the opening round. Delaney a little over-eager. Not a bad cut. Just a little nick on the left eyebrow. Good work from Flute coming back. We know Delaney is a puncher. He's got a decent left jab on him too. Good opening round this. This is as good a round as you'll see in a title contest. And that cut has worsened a little bit on Flute's left eye. Well, no quarter from either boy. Flute trying to get the jab working. Delaney falling short with a big swing. And that cut is now looking messy. Well, this is an explosive opening round. Great start. Good opening round. Well, Dean Powell in the white jacket working on the cut. Just got a glimpse of him. This is the Delaney corner now. Got the father and son team of Freddie and Jason King in the corner with him. As good an opening round as you'll see that.
Round two.
So out for round two. Delaney in the green, Flute in the scarlet. Larry O'Connell, the referee. Flute, terrific jab. He can out-jab Delaney, can out-reach him by a couple of inches on that jab. Just a reminder, WBO rules here. We have 3 ringside judges scoring this. Larry O'Connell, the referee, will not score. Delaney already looking a little puffy around the eyes. A little swelling on the right cheek. Dean Powell's done a terrific job on that cut, holding up well. Delaney falling short with a jab. And both of them looking for the big shots. Flute, second title he's contested, lasted 8 rounds with Neville Brown in a British title challenge. First major professional title that Delaney has contested. took it well, or seemed to take it well. And a little nick now under Flute's left eye. Heads really rattling together. This is spirited stuff from Flute. I'm not letting the cuts get to him. Could be shading this beautiful jab, beautifully schooled straight left jab. Well, some of the ringside pundits here tonight did reckon that Flute had it in him to spring an upset. Delaney fairly warm order favourite by virtue of that really stupendous punching power that we've seen so many times before on Pro Box. Delaney trying to get his own jab to work now. Trying to draw Flute on. Flute's round for me. And Freddie King getting to work with the end swell on that little mouse I told you about underneath Delaney's right eye. That's a block of ice cold steel. As we look at a replay, Delaney trying to go for the big finish. A little wild though. And Flute keeping him off pretty well with the jab. And you can see the little lump under that right eye quite clearly. Good aerial shot of the Flute corner. Family affair there. This is Father Allen, his Uncle Colin, former pro heavyweight.
10 seconds. Second out, round 3.
Well, this is turning into a stormer, isn't it? Round 3 of this WBO Intercontinental Super Middleweight title fight contest for the vacant title. Mark Delaney in the green, Andy Flute in the red. Flute can keep that jab working. He's going to give Delaney all sorts of problems. Steam Power once again has done a superb job on that left eye. Cut in the first round. Delaney perhaps adopting plan B now. The quick finish didn't work. And the eye starting to bleed again. Good stuff from Delaney. It was cut eyes that cost him the title shot against Neville Brown. Brown probably ahead on at that time though. Oh, and the right eye has now gone. The right eye of Andy Flute has gone. He looks in big trouble now. Looks a real mess. The blood cascading down his face, matching the crimson of his boxing trunks. Oh, I can't see that lasting 12. And that cut, in fact, not on the eye, but seemingly on the scalp. High on the right side of his scalp, not on the eye. But there's so much blood on Andy Flute's forehead, it's difficult to be too sure. No, it's definitely the right eye. It's the right eye and the left eye that have gone now. It's Delaney's punches that have spread the blood around Flute's face. Not for the faint-hearted, this one. And the Delaney supporters in the crowd can sense victory here. The blood you can see on Delaney's face is not his, but Andy Flute's. Good right from Delaney. Flute took it very well. Delaney's round. And boy, is that corner getting busy. Got to keep cool. Let Dean Powell work on it. Well, of his 5 defeats, 3 have come on cuts, and the eyebrows can be a little fragile. Let's see if we can see how the damage to the right eye was caused. There we go. It was the clash of heads. You can already see the blood. So 2 swab sticks, the 1 in 1,000 adrenaline mix, the Vaseline. Delaney, in contrast, unmarked, save. You can see the ice. Jason King smoothing away that swelling underneath the right eye.
Figures out, round 4.
Well, this is turning into a minor classic, perfectly matched. Great swathes of Vaseline around Flute's scalp and eye. Hardly seems an area on his face, Andy Flute, that isn't cut at the moment. But Dean Powell performing minor heroics in the Flute corner. And Larry O'Connell applying the light touch, refereeing this contest, as you would expect from the man who was surely Britain's premier referee. Delaney still trying to come winging in. Flute absolutely fighting way out of his league at the moment, fighting absolutely superbly. There were some who thought he'd just get blown away by Delaney. Think again, nothing like it. Flute's well in this contest. Big right from Delaney. Flute takes a tremendous shot. And Delaney must be thinking, how do I put this guy away? The cut underneath Flute's left eye, bleeding again. That's no problem. And Flute is, well, no price too high for him at the moment. Keeping his composure absolutely magnificently. Delaney really getting out jabbed by the man from Cosley in Staffordshire. Just a stumble from Flute. He was caught more off balance than anything else. And he's tying Delaney up pretty well when Delaney tries to come in close. And Larry O'Connell will tell Delaney keep his punches up, that's straight a little low. Crowd don't like it, but the referee absolutely correct. And you wonder how many of these howitzer shots of Delaney's that Flute can take. Unremitting pace at the moment.
That's nice, now you've got someone else who's moving your head, move a wee bit. Don't forget, when you're throwing your command, she's actually, don't play.
Well, some action from that 4th round. And you can see that every time Delaney tries to get in close. Flute just effectively smothers him. And it's a tactic that's working pretty well so far. And some of the big swings are missing. An awful lot of getting through, but one or two are missing. Just a stumble that. No suggestion, I don't think, that Flute was back.
10 seconds. Seconds out, round 5.
So out for the fifth then of this absorbing super middleweight contest for the vacant WBO Intercontinental super middle title. Mark Delaney, brother of Gary Delaney in the green, Andy Flute in the scarlet. Flute in front of my card at the moment. And some of those shots, the body shots Delaney is throwing, falling perilously near the line. And the pace suddenly it drops dramatically. Well, they couldn't have kept up the frenetic pace of the first few rounds. I was talking to Dean Powell beforehand. He said that Flute could spring a surprise. He was pretty confident that he would. And at the moment he's showing every indication that he could fulfill that prophecy. We've seen Flute a couple of times on Pro Box, and he's looked decidedly ordinary. He's looking great tonight. Larry O'Connell giving him a little bit of a wigging for the wedged headbutt. I never touched him, said Flute. From Delaney. Flute comes storming back though. The cut on the right side of Flute's scalp, bleeding again. Good overhand right from Flute. And Delaney being forced to box on the retreat, which he doesn't normally like doing. He's backed up by Flute. Certainly this title fight bringing out the very best in Andy Flute. By far and away the best performance we've seen from him. It's good from Delaney.
Stop watching, time out. Come here. I'm getting pissed off on the toilets, mate. Too many times I'm using my head. Cut it out, otherwise they're going to be some runners and books.
Good refereeing. Larry O'Connell telling him to watch the careless use of the head. Well, it really is turning into an absorbing contest. You can see Larry O'Connell talking to them all the time. Well, I don't think that was too intentional, a headbutt on Flute's part. I think, well, it was the shoulder, the head, whatever it was, Larry O'Connell was having none of it.
10 seconds. Seconds out, round 6.
Little spring in the step of Mark Delaney as he comes out for the 6th. Flute once again, Carl's getting the old trombone left going. And we really never suspected that Flute had this sort of thing in him. We saw him, if you remember, last year getting outpointed by Carlos Christian. He was well outpointed, and he looked very ordinary in that contest. Made desperately heavy weather with outpointing the veteran Paul Murray in his last fight, but this is something very special tonight. And he's certainly got a higher level of work rate than Delaney. But Delaney has won. Oh, great right uppercut from Delaney. Flute seemed to take it pretty well. And a little thread coming loose on the left glove, Andy Flute's left glove from the bandage. Good riposte from Delaney. It's going to come down, I feel, to strength, determination, and the ability to take a shot on Flute's part. Don't think he's got the punch to hurt Delaney. And I think Delaney has got the punch to hurt him. Delaney, we've seen a stoppage king. Flute stopped his fair few, but only half as many as Delaney. Just a 50% ratio of stoppages, and Delaney's starting to get through with one or two now. Head around for Delaney. Delaney trying to work the opening for himself. Got home with some big shots this round, Delaney. Flute still there, however. Delaney seems to have got a second wind from somewhere. The crispness about his work this round been lacking for the previous round and a half. Good round for Mark Delaney. And the crowd certainly lapping this up. Feeling the pace.
Shot. Cannot live with him to do it right. Don't. Hold on. Push it on. So you wipe his face. Just keep it. No, just push it on.
Well, you can see there the Flute jab. But taking some heavy shots made to miss. And just momentarily, for me, he's had a little dip there.
10 seconds. Seconds out, round 7.
Well, we're into the back stretch. I've got Delaney just one round ahead of the halfway stage. Very close. Delaney losing the left as a rangefinder. He is fearsomely strong, Delaney. We've criticised him in the past for being a little one-paced. But my goodness, when you're as strong as he is, that really doesn't matter. He's just going to grind you down. And he seems to be getting stronger the longer this contest goes on. from Delaney, and Flute just stumbled onto him. He has taken some astonishing shots tonight from Delaney. Shots that have won fights for Delaney in the past. He caught Flute coming on then and absolutely right down the pipe. And Flute is still there. Well, once again, just dipped momentarily, stumbled into Delaney, but recovered his wits very quickly. Delaney must be wondering, what has he got to do? Needs to take one step in, and the Flute tactics of smothering him work again. Well, he's deducted a point, and that could be vital. When it comes to it, a point deducted for consistent low blows. And he's got to be careful now, Delaney. Or he is going to end up being disqualified. And that would be the most unfortunate of ends to what is really a smashing fight. If it goes the trip, that could be a vital turning point. That point deducted from Mark Delaney. Let's take another look. Well, it was borderline, but I did say earlier that he's been straying very close with one or two, and Larry O'Connell finally decided enough was enough. That was that right I told you about as Flute was coming in, and he stumbled into Delaney.
10 seconds.
But that one point away from Delaney, well, could prove very important. Round 8, all to fight for, anybody's contest. Yes, the more technically accomplished of these two. Don't get the idea Delaney's all brute strength and ignorance. That would be far from true. But he, I think, in the last 3 or 4 rounds, might just prove the stronger. We shall see.
Right! Stand back. Right back.
Well, they've both gone 8 rounds before in their careers. So never further. So we're about to go into unknown territory for both boys. Thankfully, the cuts that Flute picked up in the early part of the contest haven't been problematical. Dean Powell has done a sensational job in that corner. It's all about digging deep now and finding reserves of stamina that maybe you never realized existed before. These are good body shots. and they are really strength sapping. And Flute, believe me, is feeling them. Turning into a classic box-up v punch-up confrontation. Not his turning, has turned into a classic box-up v punch-up confrontation. And Delaney looking just a little sorry, a little sad and sorry for himself as he went back to his corner. A little struggle, not exactly of despair, but almost of resignation. Maybe he realises he is going to have to go the trip. And the left side of Delaney's face really quite swollen now.
None of them were low. One was low, and I let it go. Do you understand me? Watch it, Bob. I love body punching. I don't want to take punches, just watch it.
Well, that's great refereeing. That is absolutely out of the top draw.
Come on, let's get it right. Let's get it right. 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 9.
Right!
Well, we're in the 9th. Unknown territory for both. And I've got, by virtue of that point deduction off Delaney's score for persistent low blows, I've now got Flute 1 round ahead. 1 point, 1 round. This looks as though it's going to go right down to the wire, unless Flute suddenly crumbles. And he's given no indication of that. He's taken 1 or 2 that have really made the knees twitch, but he's still there. To try and pressure him more if he's going to win this. Got to get Flute onto the back foot. Stop Flute leading off with the jab. This is physically such an exhausting and demanding contest. And it's so good, the round's just flying by. Absolutely superb. Couldn't wish for 2 more evenly matched fighters than this. Pretty tired now, throwing just big single shots, and although some of them are getting through, the work rate is dropping, whereas Flute's is remaining constant. Good stuff from Flute.
starting to fucking belt him. Jim with the weights.
Well, action from the 9th. And see how cleverly Flute's boxing just does enough every now and again just to unbalance Delaney. But it's still, a lot of the raw power is there. Now, I've got Delaney behind now.
10 seconds.
And perhaps Flute just 3 rounds away from what would be quite a big upset victory. Out for the 10th. Delaney in the green, Flute in the now soaking wet scarlet trunks. And the prize they're both trying for, the vacant WBO Intercontinental Super Middle title, 12-stone division.
Let's have you. Let go. Come on,
And how ironic it would be if Delaney did go down to defeat, following his brother Gary, who lost the Commonwealth light heavy title to Noel McGee in what has now proved his last fight as a light heavy before moving up to full heavyweight. Oh, that's a good shot from Delaney. Tremendous leverage, but Flute is absorbing a tremendous amount of punishment and absorbing it very well. And you get the feeling that if Delaney hasn't stopped him by now with all the clean shots he has landed, that he's not going to. And that does not bode well for him. Signs for Flute once again. He just smothers Delaney and the danger passes. Absolutely faultless tactics from Flute so far in this contest. And how extraordinary when you think that, like I said earlier, a boy who's looked just moderate when we featured him on Pro Box before, and you thought, well, there's no way Delaney can lose this. And suddenly, Flute is finding degrees of skill, of tactical awareness, of resilience that we never believed he was capable of possessing. And it's Delaney the one who is in danger of slipping to defeat in this contest. And they're both pretty tired now, and you can hardly blame them. Once again, crunching right hand from Delaney, and Flute hardly blinks. Absolutely incredible. But is that one the straw that broke the camel's back, I wonder? Delaney took heart from that. What can we sense? As it turns out, the bell perhaps comes to Flute's rescue. Oh, what punching we're seeing from Delaney, and what defence from Flute, and that hurt. Take a look at this again. Oh, that was a thunderous punch. But he weathered it. But he looked a little wobbly, didn't he? The legs suddenly went every which way.
Ten seconds.
What are you doing, Jim? Don't try to grab him.
Seconds out, round 11.
Round 11 now. How much did that affect Flute? He looks a little unsteady. eye still focused. The guard still had bad clash of heads that. Thankfully, seemingly without damage to either boy. Heard Freddie King saying to Delaney, try and work the uppercut. Oh, that clash of heads has affected Flute. I stand corrected. An ugly diagonal gash on his forehead now. Boy, is he in the wars. Larry O'Connell takes a look at it. And Delaney chasing him now. And Flute is suddenly looking worn and tired. And this is a big finish from Delaney. And suddenly, the Flute jab isn't there anymore. Looks like someone's taken an axe to Flute's forehead. And it's the head that did it. And it's sheer willpower that's keeping Flute going now. I'm sure of it.
Right! Stand back. Push your toe. Right back.
And suddenly, Flute has stopped throwing the jab. And it's Delaney finishing the stronger of the two. And Flute has decided the 11th hour, the 11th round, for some reason, to change tactics. He's electing to mix it with Delaney, which could be dangerous for him, because he can't match Delaney for punch power. And it's Delaney coming in behind the jab now. Good round, Delaney. Well, you paid your money, you take your choice. I've got to say, I've got him dead level going into the final round. And you never know, a draw might be an option. Flute did score very well in the middle rounds with that jab.
You're fit? Yeah. Right, show it.
Oh, Dean Powell's earned his retainer.
Come here, keep your head back.
So the last round of what is already an early contender for the fight of the year, for next year's awards. Absolutely fabulous contest. Delaney in the green, Flute in the scarlet, and perhaps, just perhaps, all to play for in this 12th and final round for the vacant, but not to be vacant for long, WBO Intercontinental Super Middle title. Delaney definitely finishing the stronger.
Steady up, steady up. Come on.
I can't tell you, I really can't describe my admiration for the way Flute has stuck to this. And he can yet win this. Either of them could. Flute backs off, grabs at Delaney. Larry O'Connell won't let him. I'm forever blowing bubbles. The signature tune of West Ham United Football Club, sung by Delaney's supporters in the audience. An audience in ferment, I have to tell you. once again, how Flute has managed to keep upright passes my understanding. Big finish by Delaney. He's taking the last round. Flute can hardly stand. There's still a bounce in Delaney's step. He is brutally strong. And I tell you, he won't meet many opponents as resilient as this if he lives and fights to be 100. Still looking for the opening that will finish it, but I think he's left it too late. Or has he? Well, the crowd doing their bit. We're inside the last 20 seconds now. A little smile from Delaney. And Flute hanging on to him. And they both think they've got it. Well, for the record, I give it Delaney. I give it Delaney. 1-1-4. But it was a fantastic contest. Absolutely fantastic. The closing minutes of truly one of the best fights that I've seen in a British boxing ring for many a long day. And you almost wish, you know, that it could be a draw so we could see it all over again. We have 3 ringside judges, all of them English. Larry O'Connell's exhausted. The crowd seem confident enough, but who knows. Let's have a word of praise for Larry O'Connell. Out of shot at the moment, but he refereed this fight absolutely magnificently. Barry Hearn in the background there, applauding both boys. I don't know where Delaney gets the energy from. There's still a spring in the step. The ringside doctor just checking him over.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Referee Richie Davis scores the contest 112 to 117.
Oh, that's a massive
Referee
margin.
John Pearl scores the contest 111 to 119. The judge Adrian Morgan scores the contest 109 to 119. The winner and the new WBO Intercontinental Super Middleweight Champion, Delaney.
The judges gave it to Delaney by a staggeringly large margin. I think that's a little harsh on Andy Flute. Flute looks
And
aggrieved.
ladies and gentlemen, what a tremendous contest this has been. Your appreciation please for Andy Flute.
I think the winner was right, but I thought it was a lot closer than that. I've got no quibble.
But ladies and gentlemen, no doubt about the winner tonight belongs to the new champion, Delaney.
Delaney milks the applause, and quite rightly. A sensational contest. But as I say, I think Andy Flute a little harshly treated by the scoring, especially 109-119. I think that was wide of the mark.